Hello everyone, it's Jalon back at again with another episode of my weekly recap. Today currently is June 18th, 2018, and this is going to be episode 24th, Black Mamba episode of my weekly recap. So without further ado, let's get straight into it. So to give a brief overview of what I've done this week, pretty much the same thing what I've been doing for the past few weeks. Applied to fill out some more job applications, as well as had a couple in-person interviews. Two, as a matter of fact, they went really well. One was a little bit both of them were a little bit informative, and less technical compared to the ones that I've been on before, which is awesome. Really, just want to get a feel of what the people that I'll be working with and what there are expecting from me. We just chatted about my resume and some of my skills and and as well as my interest in how I handle certain situations. And overall, both of them are really, really great. Just looking forward to hearing about the next step. Of where we're gonna go from then. So they will get back to me within the week or two. So right now, just like any other, I guess application process, just playing the waiting game, right? But meanwhile, obviously I wanted to self-educate as well. Just be taking a lot of courses and workshops on Treehouse.com. It's an extremely useful website to help sharpen your technical skills, and I found it really helpful. Specifically, the ones that I've been using are the SQL, like I mentioned in the previous weeks, and currently I am also looking into Excel and being a little bit more proficient at Excel, and you realize some of the functionality that I was not aware of, which is very cool. You're always learning something new, and I think that's really fun about being in this field and being in that constant mindset of always growing and always knowing that there's more to learn. And at the same time, also wanted to sharpen up my Python skills with data analysis, or with regex, or just overall whatever, right? Just improving and improving. That's ultimate goal for me as I'm preparing for making my first official job, I guess. Stepping into my first career job, right? And just want to be overall prepared, to the best of my ability, and let the rest take care of itself. And this upcoming week, I do have a couple more interviews coming up, so I'm super excited about those ones, and just putting myself in the best position as possible with these educations and practicing. And at the same time, I think it also helps me to discover what I want to do and what I like to do. And currently, I'm really, really digging the SQL and data science path. So, been spending a lot of time in that area of study. So I'm super, super proud of my progress, and just really excited about where this journey will take me, and what I hope what I can accomplish. So, and aside from those, I've been honestly been slacking a little bit on the reading, but I picked it up in the past few days. Just continuing to finish up How to Win Friends and Influence people. I think that interpersonal skills is absolutely critical when you're working in any kind of environment, especially we're not at the stage where we're interacting with robots yet. So the interpersonal skills is still very critical in everything that we do, anything that's team oriented or collaboration, or anything that you have to work with people. And some of the things I've learned from this week's reading for the few chapters is that really just avoiding arguments whenever best you can. I think the best way to win an argument is really to avoid it, and just recognizing when in the situation of for reading the body language and in the tone of voice when an argument is about to occur, and how to better prevent that. And I think that's an important trait to have when you're working with people, and especially when you want to build relationships and establish trust and stuff like that. Another thing that I learned is that really stepping into other people's shoes when there is an argument that does an accounting or a different point of view between you and your coworker or whoever that you are interacting. I think that's very important because, especially coming from engineering perspectives, that sometimes I feel so attached to my work that I tend to neglect other people's opinion and feeling that, hey, this is my approach. This is like my goal, right? This is my bread and butter. This is my work. This is all mine. That it's hard to just neglect that and really think about other people's perspectives and see where they're coming from. And I think we're emotional creatures, right? We feel so attached to our own work and stuff like that. And I think that's very hard for we as humans to do, is just step into that new perspective and new role to look at the same problem. And it's definitely harder to do than said to done. So it's something that we have to constantly work on and constantly improve. And honestly, and lastly, another thing that I've found is that when an argument does occur, another tip that the book suggested was to really first find the commonality and really I guess the book describes as the yes approach, where you find a commonality and ask questions in areas where you both can agree on before you presenting your, I guess, not your current argument but your perspective, right? And see to and I think with that method is that you kind of just get the boil get the I guess the water hot first, right? Before you really go in there and try to win the argument. So that's something that I think it could work, right? And I definitely have learned that from some of the mentors that I've encountered with in the past year, is that really in order for you to get the popcorns popping, you gotta get the boil hot first. So just establish that little common ground first before you go into it and all of that. So those are just some of the key points I've learned from the book, and it's been really helpful. I'm going to be continuing on to finish up the book and seeing what other areas I can improve on, and just apply them in real life. So, and lastly, this past week it was my birthday and just turning 24 again. Not again, but just turned 24. It's, honestly, I feel like, yes, I receive a lot of birthday wishes, but at the same time, I just want to give a shout out to all the moms out there, because without moms, we are really nothing, right? So I think we take all the glamorous and all the celebrations on this day, but yet we neglect the fact that our mom, when the pain that she had went through on this day, to have us. So, and I'm just so blessed to have this opportunity, and just feel so grateful to have her in my life, and have her, for her to be there for whenever I can, for all the love that she have given me, and just overall super grateful. So shout out to all the moms out there. You guys are awesome. So, and yeah, so that's going to be it. The end of this week's episode. Just really, hopefully it wasn't too long. So, and I hope everybody had a fantastic weekend and go out there and crush another awesome week ahead of them. So I'll talk to everybody soon again. Bye.